Hi, this is Santi Dominguez, CEO of Mestre Lab Research. I don't get excited about software functionality very often, but we have implemented something new in Mestre Nova which I really thought I needed to tell the whole world about. Now, I don't know about you, but often when I'm looking around chemistry publications, looking at chemistry I may be interested in this case, for example, I'm in ChemSpider Synthetic Pages, which is a very good resource, by the way, I can see a lot of information, but one thing that I often find frustrating is that when it comes to analytical data, and in particular to NMR, the only thing I can look at is what we often refer to as multiplet list or the NMR experimentals. Wouldn't it be great if I could see the spectrum instead, but this is not often available. So what we have done in Mestre Nova is to give you the ability to copy this and to paste it into an NMR tool, which we call Parse Multiplet Report, which allows you to simulate that spectrum with the same field and solvent reported by the scientists who generated the publication. Click OK, and voila. Here I have a spectrum that I can look at. It's a lot less dry information than just the multiplet list, and I can zoom in and interact with the spectrum as I would with a real spectrum. I think this is very useful, and it can actually be great. Now, one question you may have is how good is this functionality? How well does it really work? And what I thought I would do is to illustrate that by starting from a multiplet list that I have generated from an experimental spectrum that I process within Mestre Nova. So I have done a peak picking and multiplet analysis, and now I copy this information and I'm going to use the same functionality as before. Parse multiplet report, I pass my report in here, and this time we will simulate it at 400 MHz, since that was the field from my original experimental data. Here I have my spectrum again. Now we can easily compare them to see how well the routine works. I just need to do a little bit of tidying up, just take those multiplet labels away because they get in the way. And secondly, we will have to normalize the intensities so that we can more easily compare the spectrum. I'm just going to use the aromatic region to do that. And now we have two spectra we can look at and we can compare. As you can see, they are very similar. The spectrum at the bottom is the experimental spectrum. The spectrum at the top is the spectrum generated from the multiplet list. The only difference is that at the top we have not simulated the chloroform peak. But other than that, it's a very realistic spectrum, and it can give me a reasonable idea of what the NMR would have looked like when I'm just looking at some multiplet list or NMR experimentals. If you think this functionality is cool, you can try it within our software Mestre Nova. To do that, you can download a 45-day free trial from www.mestrelab.com. Of course, if you already have Mestre Nova, then all you have to do is to make sure that you have the latest version, and then you can go and try the functionality. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Thank you.